a little bit about what we just did and how a CSS works. In every CSS thing, let me put a dot in front of it. All of yours have a dot in them. This is a class that we're building, so you don't need to worry about that. But they always have to have the dot in front of them. Then they go curly bracket to curly bracket. So in other words, it would look like period Ruth. Oops, doesn't need to be capitalized. Ruth, sorry, that just happened. Ruth, curly bracket, okay? And everything goes inside of them. Each one of the things that you're adding always have a whatever, sort of a name. Let's go padding, colon, 4px, semicolon. So they always have colon, semicolon here, like this, all right? And that's how you sort of figure out your CSS. Now what we're going to do, what I just want to do a little thing is, I want to show you two things that we haven't looked at, paddings and margin. Now padding, what padding does is it puts space inside the image to the border. So let's look and see how that's going to look. All right, so let me get myself out of here. And so the padding is this inside, all right? I have put in here in that float right a padding of 6. And what that does is that pads it out 6 pixels from the center, so it's not right to the edge. The other thing we're looking at is margin. So margin is outside. So margin is actually social distancing. Margin is outside the space so that the words don't crowd in right next to it. So padding is fat, margin is social distancing. So if we put in margin, let's go here to my margin, and I'm putting a 4-point margin. If I put, say, this is my float right, say I put a 40 margin, way too much, watch what happens. Okay, it popped up there. Let's go down. See how much space there is around it? We don't want that much space, but we may want a little bit of space. We may want, 7, okay? So that will just make it better. I've also added to your thing a center area because I figured that some of you may want to center justify something. So the center justify, come on. Okay, that's okay. Center justify is one called center float. So again, if we wanted to make our center float the same as we've done the other ones, we're going to go to grab that border through pixel. Notice I'm not grabbing the curly bracket. I'm copying it, and there's center float. I'm going to go inside that last curly bracket and Control V, and if the gods are kind, we should have that there. There we go. All right. So that's sort of like how to add margin, padding, and a little bit of how CSS works.